recording on the computer. And again, just forgive me if you hear some background noise because I am in a hotel room in Orlando, Florida with the kids with me. And we just finished eating because we got in later than expected and they're getting ready for bed. So I'm laying in between them. You need to lay down and not make noise while I'm on my call.
Okay.
So just give me grace tonight. So I got some feedback from our last call on the calendar, and the feedback was that people love the ideas I'm giving for things to post about in your social media posts. But if you haven't noticed, I kind of cater certain weeks to like inviting to coaching or inviting to the challenge group. And so someone asked me if I would give more specific ideas about what to say or do in regards to posting about inviting to the challenge group and posting about inviting to the coaching opportunity. So this month, I have a couple things I still need to add to the calendar before I share it in the team page. And I plan to do that tonight after the call ends. It just didn't happen because we didn't get in the hotel room early enough. And I've been working on this calendar for like 2 weeks now, trying to make sure that I really am making it so that y'all are getting the most out of it. So I'm going to make the changes I need to make to it and then share it in the team page. But what I'm going to do is go through it tonight like I normally do, but add some more specifics about inviting to the challenge group versus inviting to the coaching opportunity. And then I'm also going to share a couple things that if you're not doing, you need to be doing, like on the daily when it comes to inviting to your challenge groups and your coaching opportunity posts. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And whoops, this is not what I meant to have pulled up yet. So this is what I'm going to show you first. This is the January calendar. Let me figure out where my mouse is and move you guys around here. Where's my mouse? Okay. So in January, we've got tons of stuff going on. We decided to do a 3-day refresh as a team from January 13th to January 15th. I'm pointing that out first because that was something that was brought up in the team page like a day or two ago. So that is already on there. If you recall, I had shared on our December calendar that we would be hosting a New Year's Eve team workout at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I put on this calendar that we would also have a New Year's Day team workout at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know how people feel about that. I don't know if you want to wake up at 8 a.m. on New Year's Day. I don't know if that's something that you don't want to sign up for because you're going to have too much fun the night before, or if it's something you do want to sign up for because you really want to like hit the ground running in 2020. I'm putting it out there. I will most likely definitely be on that one, but I may not be on the New Year's Eve one because we're in Disney World. So I'm just not sure if I'll get an 8 a.m. workout in or that my body will allow me to do a workout that day. But Wednesday is our rest day, so I'll definitely be on there that day. So again, team calls are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am seriously considering going back to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because more people seem to be on the call at that time. So I'm going to do another poll on the team page. It seems a lot of the people that voted for 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time are not on the 9 p.m. call, and I don't know if that's why or if they're just kind of checked out right now in this season of life they're in. And if that's the case, then I don't want to move it for someone who's not going to show up anyway. So, and I don't mean that any ill will when I say that. I want to make sure that I'm catering to the people who are really, truly building their business. And if the business builders can be on at 9 p.m., then we're going to be on at 9 p.m. And everyone else can watch the replay since we record. Just double checking that I am actually recording. Every Thursday, again, is a payday post because I think it's really important that we share that aspect of coaching. Christy made a really good point on our call the other day when we were working on our challenge group. She said, I'm here to help people, but I'm not just here to help people. I'm also here to make money. And that's something we all need to remember. Like, I think most of the people on our team have these huge hearts, and we're so willing and excited and happy and fulfilled by helping people. But in the long run, we don't just want to keep spending money. We want to be making some income from it as well. And so I think that's really important. So every single Thursday of the month, we're doing some type of payday post. Thank you. And I gave you like a little subtopic to work on in that. So the first Thursday of the month, I said, what are your financial goals for 2020? I think it's a really huge thing to share your financial goals as far as your business goes with your followers, because like it's important for them to see what you're already doing, but it's important for them to see what you're dreaming of doing too, because that means that's what's possible. So what you're doing is possible because you're doing it, but there's even more to that. And I think sharing that is really important. The second Thursday of the month, I said, what did your finances look like 3 years ago versus today? So for me, 3 years ago, Disney World wouldn't have been an option, especially this year. But it's an option because I was able to save my Beachbody income. The third Thursday of the month, it says, how has your income progressed since you started coaching? So this is something that a lot of coaches do that's really cool. They show what they made their first month of, or like the first December, like 2006, and then what they made December 2019 while they were coaching. And obviously there's a lot of growth there. If you've only been coaching for 3 months, then maybe talk about what you made in your first paycheck versus what you made in this week's paycheck. That kind of thing. I could talk about what I made in my first year versus what I made in my 5th year. The fourth Thursday, I said, share what this income means to you. So this is what this income means to me. This would not be possible without this income. And this means the world to me. So that's what I would talk about that day. And then the 30th, I put share how you used your income to give back in the last 30 days. So when I started working with my life coach after going through everything, it was really important to me that I was still able to give back. And I knew that for a period of time, monetary giving might not be an option because I needed to get my financial situation in check being on my own. So now that I've been able to do that, I really, really enjoy being able to give back. For example, last month I adopted a girl from the Angel Tree and was able to give her Christmas. That's something really important to me.
This is just doing advertisements.
Yeah, it's going to have advertisements. Sorry. Every Friday of the month, I'm encouraging you to go live. And instead of focusing on inviting to a challenge group or the cleanse or the coaching opportunity, what I did is I took that as an opportunity for you to just connect with people. I think when you go live and when you talk to people, whether it be on your Instagram stories through video or a live video on your Facebook page or I don't know, however else you might just communicate by voice or by, so they can see and hear you. I think that's an awesome opportunity for them to hear the compassion and the enthusiasm that you have for what we're doing. So I gave you some ideas for lives. I'm going to give you ideas for the 24th and 31st as well. They're just not there yet, but they will be. Every Saturday, I had you do a Saturday shout out. Again, on the weekends, I just don't feel like a heavy content post is your best option because a lot of people aren't on social media on the weekends. Or if they are, they're like posting what they did, Saturday with their friends or something. So every single Saturday, I put Saturday shout out. Here's to the girls, the ones who lift each other up. And you can literally use that phrase if you want to, like, here's to the girls, the ones that, lift each other up off the floor and help and give them a towel instead of laughing that they, couldn't make it through the whole 30-minute workout or that kind of thing. And that's an opportunity for you to shout someone out in your challenge group, maybe for their transformation. It's an opportunity for you to shout out the people that you've become friends with through this business, an opportunity for you to shout out a fellow coach who's met a milestone. Like, this is just a reminder that shouting people out doesn't just have to happen in the team page or in your challenge group. It should be happening publicly. People should see that it's not just you doing this. It's not just your body type getting the results or seeing the changes. It's not just the person who's a stay-at-home mom being able to do everything. It's not just the one who is a teacher being a successful coach. Like, show them that it's more than just you. This is an opportunity to connect with people who maybe aren't exactly in your niche, but people you can still speak to because you have something in common. Every single Sunday, again, I wanted to keep it more of a social thing. I thought we would focus on New Year resolutions because New Year resolutions are such a taboo topic this time of year. Some people love them. Some people hate them. Most people fail at them. So I thought it would be fun to spend every Sunday talking about them. And I gave you little subtopics there too, like what are your New Year's resolutions and how are you going to go about them? How are you sticking to them? Have you changed your mind about your resolutions? Are you changing them at all? Are you going, instead of saying I want to lose 10 pounds, maybe you're saying I just want to feel good and fit back into my jeans without stuffing myself inside them, kind of thing. And then the last Sunday of the month, I thought it would be really, really good to share something that you failed at in regards to your New Year's resolutions this month, and then how you plan to fix it. Because just because you failed or didn't succeed in the first, 4 weeks of the year doesn't mean that you need to give up or throw in the towel. So that's why I put that there. Through the week, this is where I got a lot more specific. So if you notice, the first 2 weeks of January, you're going to be inviting to our cleanse group. Now, does this mean that's the only thing you're allowed to sell? No, by all means, talk to your customer. If they're not a good cleanse candidate, then don't do the cleanse. If you have someone who might be a good ultimate reset candidate rather than 3-day refresh candidate, speak to them about that. Just because I'm saying this is a good time to invite to the cleanse doesn't mean that's the only thing you can focus on. Know your people, know yourself. If you're someone who hates the cleanse, maybe it's not something you spend a lot of time talking about. That's okay. I tried the bar workouts. I did not fall in love with them like so many people did. So I've not really talked about it a whole lot. I've sold several packages, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I started focusing back on something that really spoke to me, and that was 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. Just because that program's not brand spanking new doesn't mean it doesn't work for a lot of people. So that's why I decided I'm not going to force myself into this corner with something that I'm not super passionate about. Instead, I'm going to go back to what worked for me. When 21 Day Fix Extreme came out, I think I hit like Success Club 28 that month. So I'm going to go back to that because that's what worked for me. And that's something that I really cared about. So on Monday the 6th, since we're inviting to the cleanse this whole week, I wanted you to go back and share the results that you got from the last or most recent time you did the 3-day refresh. Now, I completely understand there are some of you that have never done the 3-day refresh. That's okay. Use a teammate's results. Christy has done the refresh numerous times. In fact, I think she's almost made it like a monthly thing just to like reset her body. Lots of people. Mindy had amazing results with the 3-day refresh several times. Sarah's had good results with the 3-day refresh. Lots of people have. Share that. Share what you did. Share how the group helped you, and share how you're maintaining your results. I had a challenger do the 3-day refresh 2 months ago, and she has maintained that weight loss. She has not gained back any of the weight she lost, and she lost like 5.7 pounds or something, and she's not gained any of it back. So her results would be something to share. On Tuesday, the 7th, I'm giving you a specific call to action because this is where I feel like there's a little bit of a disconnect. When we're inviting to something, we have to give people a call to action. You might say, like this post if you want more information, comment below with your favorite food emoji if you want details. The other day I shared Cassandra's results from MM100, which were incredible. And I said, shout my girl out, show her some love for what she accomplished. So many people showed her some love. All those people got messages from me on Saturday morning when I was power houring with Jen and Stacy. So on the 7th, invite to the 3-day refresh group, sharing what people get and how it helps. So this is where I want you to be really specific. I do this a lot in my Instagram stories, but you can do it in your posts. Christy does this really well if you want to see an example. Actually spell out what people are getting. Like when they order the 3-day refresh for a whopping $70, they are getting so much in that package. Like I was explaining it to Ricky the other night about everything he would get in the package. And he was like, wait, you give me a meal plan? Do you give me the groceries? And I was like, no, that's the only thing we don't give you. Like we give you your protein for the 3 days. We give you your everything for all spelled out. The only thing you need to do is go buy 3 things of vegetables really. And you're pretty much set for the 3 days. Hey, Laurel, what are you doing? Okay, go potty. Just don't. I know. Just stay in the shower. Sorry. On every Wednesday of the month, I got social again. I want you to breadcrumb pieces of your story. This is a great way to share how things have benefited you. I already went over the rest of it. Okay. So then on the 13th, this is when we're actually going to be doing the refresh. So you're not going to be inviting to the cleanse anymore. It's too late. This is when I would recommend that you start inviting to the coaching opportunity. On the 13th, I want you to share how your life is different today than it was before coaching. You can choose to do this in any multitude of ways, but what I really would think would benefit you most is talking about who you were then, who you are now, and in asking people, does this sound like you? Are you the before person or the after person? Because you could absolutely change it around for yourself as well. This is what I did, kind of thing. The 14th is a specific call to action again. Invite to coaching. What benefits do you have as a coach? So just like we do when we are spelling out what you get when you get your 1-year membership to Beachbody On Demand and your challenge pack, spell out what you get when you become a coach. You get all the same stuff that you get with that challenge pack. And then on top of that, you get the opportunity to make money by helping people. And then on top of that, you get a 25% discount. Spell that out for people. A lot of people don't realize that. Now, I'm not saying that those people might necessarily join you to be a working coach, but you can still spell it out. And then you have the opportunity to say to them, I'm going to put you in our team page. I know that you say you just want the discount for right now, but I just want you to see what we're doing. And I want you to see if this is something you might be willing to try. One of my newest coaches is someone who was just a discount coach and then decided, you know what, I've been doing this for over a year. I'm going to start sharing myself on social media too. So now what I'm going to do is get out of the calendar here. And I want to show you a couple of specific ways that you could be doing this. So what I did today while we were driving down here is I shared this on my Instagram stories. So because I'm not focused on the bar program, you could absolutely do this for the bar program too, by the way. I am talking about our 21-day fix group. And I'm going to share these in the team page for the people who are doing the 21-day fix group as well. And you're welcome to just steal them. You do not have to change them up. You can just have them. Sorry. Okay, lay down and I'll do that. So what I did is I spelled out in my stories that I had options for people, because I think sometimes I've had a couple people say to me in the last 2 months, I'm just not ready for the workouts you do. You know what? You're probably right. You're not ready for the work. I wasn't ready for the work for a long time either. But you probably are ready for 21-day fix, or you're probably ready for PIO or whatever. Okay, don't do it right now. Let Ricky finish showering and then you can go in. No, he's out of the shower, so you cannot go in. So what I did is I spelled out option number 1. It says, join me for 21 days to create and establish healthy habits for your whole family. And I just shared what our cover picture looks like. I literally just went in the group.
When you get out of the shower, you never go in.
That's because mommy's a girl. Mommy's a girl and you're a girl, so that's okay. Ricky's a boy, so you don't go in there right now. Okay? Thank you. He was in the shower. You couldn't see him and he couldn't see you, so that was okay. Now let me finish. Lay down. Sorry. So that was my first one. And then I saved that one. This is so easy to do if you've never done it. You don't have to retype everything on your next slide. Just save the image before you post it. And then on my next slide, I added to it. So I specifically spelled out what they would be getting in this option. And then I shared another slide, which unfortunately I can't share it with you because I paid for the content that was on it. But I shared my next option, which is just our general 2020 Vision Fit Club that we're doing for next year. For January. And that in that one, they can do any program. So I changed it up a little bit. I said, instead join me for 4 weeks of accountability and focusing on stepping outside your comfort zone, because that's what the content is focused on for that group. And I did the same thing. I posted our little picture that we have as our cover photo. And then I spelled out specifically what they would get in 2 slides so they had time to read them over the course of time. Then this is not the one that I have up, but if you go to my Instagram stories, I said, which option sounds good for you? And I just put option 1 and option 2 as my poll options. So many people have been clicking on it. Like, I think on the way down here, I messaged like 17 people that had responded. Now, some of them were like, I didn't mean to respond. I didn't mean to click, whatever. Still got the idea in their head. But then this is another way that a lot of us have been kind of creating a little bit of FOMO with the challenge group thing. So I'm making it sound with this slide that I have up right now like I only have 10 slots available for my group. And I start to list the people's names that have already claimed one of those spots. And then I go in and I say, do you want your name to be next? And I put the poll and people can click on it. One thing that we've learned recently is always have your poll options be a positive response. Like, don't put yes, please, and heck no, or something like that. I used to do that. Instead, make it yes, please, and how. So that way you get some conversation started.
I saw it, a Dave & Buster's advertisement.
Ooh. I'll have to remember that. You can do the same exact thing with the coaching experience. And the thing that I wanted to say to you is...
He's still in the shower.
Okay, but I want you to lay down until he's out. Do you understand me? Look at me. Look at me. It's a yes, ma'am. Now lay down. No. You can do the same thing with the coaching experience. And one thing that I started doing recently, which used to drive me nuts, but I'm doing it and I'm seeing a lot of feedback or a lot of results from it, is I have started doing this like every other day.
Mommy.
Like, not just
Excuse me, Mommy. Excuse me, Mommy. Excuse me, Mommy.
I'm so sorry, you guys. All right, I'm stopping my share.
Mommy.
I'm doing this on a super...
Excuse me, Mommy.
Stop it.
I need to tell you something.
Okay, tell me.
When a boy's in the shower, you can knock in the shower while boys in the shower.
You can knock on the shower while the boys are in the shower, but we're not going to do that. We're going to give him his privacy. You like privacy, right? Yeah. Thank you, Christy.
I need to go wash my hands.
As soon as he comes out, you can go in. Not again. So I've been doing this like every single day or every other day, posting pretty much the same thing. And you would think people would get sick of looking at it, but different people are clicking on it every day. I've posted that pretty much the same thing, just in a different way, the last 4 or 5 days in a row. And today I had so many people replying. And I don't know if it was just because they were more like plugged in today, or because the way I presented it was different. Like I'm giving them options. I had a couple people say I need both options. Like I am really struggling. And I have been making a point to share with them in a way that the affirmation cards are free right now. Like this is my free gift to you for signing up with me. I know that I'm not the one personally paying for them, but they are getting them free because they're getting, if you purchase the bar challenge pack right now, it is the same exact price as if you purchase the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack right now. Excuse me. So why would you purchase Beachbody On Demand and not get bar? Like, I totally understand bar may not be your thing, but you get the affirmation cards. You don't need to be doing bar to use the affirmation cards. Yes, they are incorporated throughout the program, but you can use affirmation cards any old way. Like I could have used an affirmation card during dinner tonight because I had a little moment. But you can, you don't have to be doing a specific program to benefit from those. And you can present that in a way like even though you're paying what you would pay for just Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, I'm going to give you early access to this brand new program we just launched and a free set of affirmation cards because I love you and you're my people, so I want to hook you up with as much as you can get kind of thing. I have sold like 4 bar completion or challenge packs because of that. So like pretty much everything I've sold this month has been bar not because I have been talking a lot about it, but because it's better for my customers. They're getting so much more bang for their buck. And when I present it that way, they realize they're getting so much more bang for their buck. So I'm going to stop talking. I've got a few more minutes before we hit 9:30. And I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to ask any questions or share what you've been doing that has helped you with inviting specifically to challenge groups or the coaching experience. I think for a lot of us, it's easier to invite when we feel like we have something tangible to invite to. So that's why I've really focused on giving you something to really like center yourself on for the first, second, third, fourth week of each month. So hopefully that helps. If there's any more feedback on the calendars, please keep giving it to me because I think that these have been really valuable to a lot of people. I want to keep doing them, but I want to keep, making the adjustments as needed.
Mommy, I'm going to go do diarrhea.
Okay, you're going to have to wait for Ricky to get out of the shower. I am so sorry you guys are listening to this right now. These are her bodily functions.
Mommy, I really need
Okay, you're going to have to wait for him to come out, baby. You can't go in there while he's in there. He's not in the shower. He's in the bathroom getting dressed.
Well, when you're in the shower.
Right, that's because it's mommy. It's different then.
I can't see you in the shower.
Yeah.
And I can't see Ricky in his shower.
All right. If you guys have nothing that you want to add or share or ask, then I'm going to go ahead and take care of the situation here. And I am going to be mostly unplugged for the rest of this week because we start our trip to Disney tomorrow morning. So I hope you all have a great New Year's Eve, and I love you. Stop.